Welcome back, Connect fam. Good morning, and thank you for allowing us to spend Saturday mornings with you. Your girl Stitch is here, and it is Saturday, August 27th. We have an amazing show for you this week, and we're going to be talking about business basics and solution based coaching and also delivering a powerful speech. A lot of good stuff. But before we continue, darling, must introduce back up our amazing co host, Miss Sandy. Hey, sis.
Hello. Good morning. Well, we're back and better than ever, pushing along to discuss some business topics. So, first, we're getting back to some basics and wanted to talk about websites. So, Stitches, how did you know you were ready for a website?
Great question. I realized, and with my sister actually, because she was always with me, just doing business. And we realized when it was just an influx of people asking how to book me, how they can get in touch with me, how can I host, how can I perform. Like once it got to the point where it was an influx of people asking and inquiring about me, it was like, okay, we need a website to where it's a one stop shop. You could do the booking, you can see more about me, you could see every really facet of Stitches and how and where you can learn more about me. So that's when I learned. How about you?
Yeah. So for me, I'm all about the automations and making sure that you have all the processes in place. So what I'll say first, the website, the logos, the colors, like that doesn't matter as much as getting the clients. Like the client is the lifeblood of the business. The sale is the lifeblood of the business. So I would say if you're new in business, don't even worry about a website, but there's going to come a point in time when you're going to want to have that website. So, okay, so Stitches, for you, how often do you change your website, especially in the first few years? Maybe you're evolving more, your niche isn't really nailed down yet, maybe your verbiage, your language is changing. So, how often did you change your website in the first few years?
Yeah, that's a good question. For my web designer, would love for me to change it even more because she's very creative. But if when things change, like you said, when you begin to evolve, I think you have to level up with your website as well, even whether it's pictures or information. Maybe something new happened in your life that people need to know that would be more attractive for people to whether gain more clientele or providing more services. Something new coming up, it should be added on to your website.
Mhm.
That would be my suggestion. What about you?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that for me, we have changed the branding behind my I guess just website and what that looks like. We've done that. We've done that a few times, but it's not very often. I mean, I have in and on my business and I teach this and I coach on this. So it's really important to be focusing on the things that are going to bring in the business. And honestly, having your website as the thing that people can go and reference and find you is great. But again, like I'm really, I heavily tell my clients to focus on going out, building that attraction and bringing in the clients.
There are a lot of great resources out there. Like you said, Sandy, you don't have to get it right away. But if you're somebody who really wants to do it now, there are cost effective tools that you can use in websites such as LegalZoom or Canva. Are there some free low cost tools that you use yourself, Sandy, that you'd share?
Yes. So I will tell you, my team, we use Canva all the time. We also use Dropbox for organization because you want to, again, make sure everything is organized within your business. So, really, just keeping things organized is the name of the game, whether it's the organization by folders or just conversations that you're having in business.
Canva, really important. That's a free tool. As you
Mhm.
grow, you can upgrade it, but it
Yeah.
also allows you to collaborate. Everybody can have access to it on your team. And if you're one of those creative persons, you could do designs, you can do videos. It's just really cool.
PowerPoints,
Yeah,
everything.
check it out.
Yes,
Check it out.
yes. So good. Amazing. Well, I hope you caught all those gems. Today, we have an amazing show for you. Up first, we talk with published author, motivational speaker, and coach Brittany Renee. And later, we chat with Coach Sonia, a public speaking coach who takes us through the process of creating a powerful speech. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn Sudano, and you can catch me on Cruel Summer on Freeform, Hulu, and Amazon worldwide. You are watching the Connect Network TV.
Do you have dry scalp or skin? The chemicals in your lotions or soap may worsen your condition. Switch to the natural hair and body moisturizer of It's Made For Me today. Our product is packed with safe, natural ingredients that allow for deep conditioning and moisturizing without leaving the scalp or skin dry. Visit us today at itsmadeforme.com.
The Naughty Tour is kicking off this weekend in Miami, so if you're there, August 26th to 27th, I want to see you. Get your tickets at naughtygirlfitness.com.
Welcome back, Connect fam. Our next guest is not only a business consultant, a personal development coach, a mental health advocate, but also a motivational speaker. Help me welcome new to the Connect fam is Brittany Renee. Hi, Brittany.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, Brittany. So not only are you a published author, but you're a serial entrepreneur and you are a big believer in protecting your mental health. Why is this topic so important for you?
Absolutely. Well, mental health is very near and dear to my heart. So I went to school for psychology, and in 6 months, I planned a wedding. And so I took a semester off, and I said, okay, I'm gonna take a semester off to plan my wedding. But then I found myself going through a divorce. And so didn't finish school, but psychology was always where my heart was. And so in mental health and having to redirect, regroup, and refocus to pull myself out of that depression, that is what caused me to really just find my purpose and go into that.
Wow, that's so powerful. That's amazing. And Meaningful Solutions is your business. It's all about helping to hold the clients accountable and keeping their minds at peace. How do you support clients with this?
Absolutely. So, again, like when I was going through, entrepreneurship and different things like that, I had to remember what my end goal was. And that is how I help them stay accountable. So we create this roadmap with the end goal, staying in mind, but then we work backwards. And in order for anything to be successful, you have to have a mind shift, right? And so just creating, that space for them to be vulnerable, and then for also them to kind of dive into their emotions and their feelings, to know that in order for anything to be successful in life, you have to have your mind, body, and soul connected so that it can flow into either entrepreneurship or your career, or just even being successful, and just making sure that you have those things just to kind of keep you grounded. And that all starts with the mind shift and with your mental health.
Thank you so much, Brittany Renee, for being so transparent. I really want to ask you, sharing your voice and perspective on social media can be tough. It's not easy for a lot of us. So how important is it for you to share yourself online, and how much is too much?
Great question. So even when I wrote my book, right, I went through this period of just a spiritual journey. And my book is titled Putting on Face. And I talk about the scars that I hid behind a smile. Being authentic and being your authentic self, that's a place that you have to be in to have that acceptance of yourself. And going to sharing too much, I would say be willing in being able to know what you're able to accept of yourself. And so in that moment of me writing my book, I went through, the crying and the healing of writing it and even reading it. And I was able to accept it. And so now being on social media, I'm able to be vulnerable and transparent because I am walking in my authentic self. I am walking in my truth, and I'm okay with that. if you have not healed yet, or if you're not able to accept, that part of your journey, that may be too much. So it's certainly up to what you're able to accept of yourself, and just staying authentic to who you are, because we live in a society where anybody can be anything on social media.
Right.
Yeah, I love that you share this. And I love that you also share, you take us on that journey, and you have grown through that. You've discovered what your purpose is because you have grown through that transformation. So what would you say for those who feel like they haven't discovered their purpose yet? They haven't gone through that journey, or maybe they just are lost and they're like, I don't know what my purpose is yet. What advice would you give to them?
I would tell them to think about that thing that they do effortlessly, right? What is that one thing that you really enjoy? And I think that a lot of people don't really take time to think about that, right? If you ask someone the question, like, what do you really enjoy? And you might get kind of like these open ended, oh, I like to shop, or I like to travel, right? But does that really give you peace of mind? And so when you think about the thing that you do effortlessly, usually that is tied up in your purpose, and your gift will make room for you. We are born into families that may not have it all together, or you don't have those examples of a healthy relationship or a healthy marriage, and you hear now loosely, oh, have healthy boundaries. But what is a boundary, right? And so teaching people that you have to unlearn some things, and you have to be conscious in your mind shift to know that, you know what, maybe I wasn't taught the right way, but I can always learn the right way, and just be willing to be teachable.
Nice. Forever learning. That is all right.
I love that.
Brittany Renee, aka BR. That's my new name for you, BR.
I love
I know people are watching and really want to get your book and want to find out more about you and how they can connect with you. Where can they go? What can they do to connect with you?
Well, they can find me at BrittanyRenee.com. All of my personal development coaching offers are there. I am on Instagram, Brittany Renee 247. Someone just asked, what is the 247? I'm like, I'm Brittany Renee all the time. This is me. And then I also just launched a clothing line, Signature Required, to wear your name proud, to walk in your purpose. Everything is connected to your name. At the end of the day, once we take everything away, your name is what will last forever. So you can find me on all those platforms.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Brittany Renee. This was such an impactful conversation, but we need to take a quick break. We will be right back to chat with businesswoman and speaking coach Sonia, who's helping to break down how to craft a powerful speech. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Jess DeFeo, and I am a social media coach for women entrepreneurs who know they are on a mission to change the world with their business, but are struggling with how to market themselves authentically to their ideal client on social media. I can help you go from overwhelmed and confused on what to post to creating effective and impactful content that converts your followers into customers. Head to my website to grab your free course, Instagram 101 for Business, and learn the strategies I use to grow my business in just 6 months.
are living in challenging times, and despite having a 9-to-5 job, you still find it difficult to pay your bills and have money left over to spend on experiences that brings you joy. If you're at a point in your life where you know that there is more for you, you want to start a side business and express your multi-passions, but you're not sure if your gifts or ideas can be profitable, believe in yourself and connect with us over at RaquelWalters.com and let us help you to get clear on the knowledge you have that you can monetize right away.
Hi, I'm Denise Lawton, and you can currently catch me on BET Plus in the Love Tale series, or in November on Nat Geo and Disney in the Hot Zone Anthrax. You are watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back, Connect fam. So the show doesn't stop. Coming up next, a friend to the show, Coach Sonia, is back and breaking down the fear of public speaking and how to actually break through it. We know a lot of people may be struggling with this, but today she's actually going to be walking us through how to put together a powerful speech and presentation. Help me welcome to our Connect family officially, Miss Coach Sonia. Hey, Coach Sonia.
Thank you so much for having me back. It's great to be back with you.
Always a pleasure, Coach. So, Coach, are we ready?
We're ready. We're always ready.
Okay, so say you're sitting down, right, to write your speech. And can you just walk us through the first step of how to approach this writing process? We're sitting down, you're trying to write it. What do we do, Coach?
Absolutely, Stitches. I want to share with you some of the best secrets and tools that will save you a lot of time and will help you create a memorable speech. Before you write anything, sit down and think about the intention of your speech. And I'm going to talk about the big picture. What is the overall intention of your speech? Usually, these intentions fall into one of these categories. Is it to inform and educate? Is it to inspire, to motivate, to transform? Perhaps you're selling something, so your intention is to persuade people. Or maybe you are raising money for a cause that you're passionate about, right? So those are the big buckets that we can put those intentions into. And once you're clear on the overall intentions, see if you can put down your whole speech in 2-3 sentences. What is the essence of your speech? What do you want the audience to remember out of your speech, and what do you want them to do? So we start there, right? Once we're clear on that, we're going to write the end. Now, this is the piece of advice that is perhaps the most surprising to most of my clients. What are you talking about? How do I write from the end? But it is the most impactful piece of advice that I can give you, and it will save you a lot of time. So you want to start writing the speech with the call to action. Right. And then you write the beginning of the speech, which will be complementary to the call to action. And once you have the beginning and the end, only then you're going to fill out what's in between and stick to about 2 to 3 talking points, because less is always more.
Awesome. This is such great information. And of course, a huge piece of a powerful presentation is your audience, the people you're actually speaking to, and better understanding who they are. So what are some exercises someone can do to better prepare and connect with their audience?
That's a great question, Sandy. If you're unsure of who your audience is, one of the best things to do is to either ask an organizer, who is my audience? Are they new to this topic? Or maybe do a combination of both. Ask the organizer of the event to send out a survey. Can I send out a survey and ask the audience a few questions so I get a better understanding of what I can offer to them, how can I deliver my message in the most powerful way, and what I can give to them that they would benefit from the most.
Awesome. And you know what, Coach Sonia, time is a huge constraint. How would you approach a speech that may be 10 minutes versus an hour?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Stitches, because sometimes I have clients coming to me with 6 pages of beautiful writing, and then they tell me, I have a 4-minute talk, so how do I do that? So I want to share something that will save you a lot of time. Once you start writing the speech, get crystal clear on the outline of your talk. So you want to create the outline. Let's say you have a 10-minute talk. So you want to allocate perhaps 2 minutes to the closing, 1 minute to the opening, and 7 minutes, whatever is left in between, right? This way, once you have this outline, you will not be overwriting. You will not have to do a lot of editing and removing your beautiful writing out of your speech.
Good advice.
Great. And for someone who might be new to public speaking, how much practice time do you suggest? I mean, is there a rule of thumb, and are there strategies around practicing that are most effective?
Oh, absolutely, Sandy. I think practicing is really important, whether you're an experienced speaker or somebody who's just starting out. First of all, practice with your visuals, right? If you have a presentation that you're giving, it's so important to practice with those slides so that you're comfortable with transitions, animations, so that you can anticipate the slides. Sometimes even very experienced speakers can put together a presentation, and if they don't practice it with their visuals, with Google Slides or PowerPoint, it falls apart. It does not sound as polished, and they come across unprepared. And another piece of advice that I'll give you is whether you are speaking virtually or in person, record yourself. When you record yourself, you can properly evaluate yourself. Are you using too many filler words? Are your gestures not supporting your speaking points? Right? And be really brutally honest with yourself and see how you can improve.
This is really good. Thank you so much, Coach. And I'll be honest, I remember when I was in college, I would take my nephew into the garage and do like practicing speeches with him. He couldn't stand it. But now today he's like, Auntie, I wish you would have kept doing it with me. I'm like, okay, but thank you.
That also helps. Yes, invite a few friends, practice with your friends.
I love it. This was really good information, and you're going to be back with us, so we'll have more with Sonia. We covered a lot today, and this topic can, sometimes be overwhelming. I want to ask you, what is one main takeaway that you want to leave with our Connect family, and how can they hire you?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for asking that question. This is a lot. I can understand this is a lot to digest, and it's like putting an ocean into a teacup right now. So I'd love to be able to share more. I invite the audience to follow me on social media. On Instagram, I'm Sonia Empower, and visit my website, www.soniaempower.com. And if there's one thing that you can remember out of our conversation, I'd love for you to remember my golden rule of communication. And that is leave people and situations better than you found them.
I love that. This is so good. I can't wait to have you back on the show and back fueling into our community. So we have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back to wrap up the show with some final thoughts. Don't go anywhere.
All right, are you ready to bring your brand to television? Listen, it is possible, and it's possible without pitching to all of the different networks across the country, across the world, and begging for a seat at their table. Listen, come check us out on The Connect Show. We broadcast on the CW network every single week, reaching more than 2 million households. And what we do is help you build and promote and market your brand in front of an audience that actually has a pocketbook. They actually want to spend money and better themselves, better their strategies, their systems. We focus on women in business and female entrepreneurs. So if you are building a brand that you know has the potential to be so much bigger, or if you're prepared and ready to scale, join us today. You can register to be a guest at theconnectonline.com. Candy and dessert tables are the most popular party trends, and they are here to stay. In this course, we will walk you through our step-by-step plan on creating some of our most popular candy tables and teach you how to make money while doing it. How much candy will I need? How much should I charge? And what kind of inventory should I have? We've got the answers at thepartypreneurschool.com.
Hi, I'm Christina Scalera, the attorney and founder behind The Contract Shop, where we provide legal templates for starting business owners. You are watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back, Connect fam. Your girl Stitches and Sandy here. And what a show this morning. I mean, talking about high-level content here, and hopefully you're able to take some notes. And I before we close out, Sandy, I want to ask you, I really want your thoughts on public speaking. I think Coach Sonia did a great job. But I want to ask you, especially because you recently won, you had to present yourself on stage. What were some of the things, or how did you prepare?
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you 3 tips, some of these Sandy tips. So first thing is, I'm sure you all can guess what I'm gonna say, organization, being organized in everything from what I was talking about to what I was wearing to the points I wanted to get across. It's really important to know what you want to deliver. And second, that, just like Coach Sonia was saying, you have to know what you're going in with. Like, you have to know what you want people on the other side to take away, know your mission and know your vision of what you want people to walk away with. And if you have those 3 things, it allows you to refine and focus in on what mission you're focusing in on and how other people can also contribute.
Beautiful. How are you helping other people? I like it.
So much of social media is being able to present yourself authentically and effectively. And I think about the fact, that you're on radio every single day, having to connect with viewers, and you are your own voice and personality. So what tips have you used to strengthen your storytelling and communication?
You might laugh at me with this one, but this is true. I was that person as a kid. I have siblings, but I could easily be entertained in a good way. So for me, because TV and radio, you can't really see people per se. And what I do, this is truth be told, I just imagine people, not in that way, not like, you know what I mean? But I literally just imagine that I'm speaking with a group of people. So that's why I have my process. I pray before I get on the mic, because I understand that there is somebody on the other side, and you never know what somebody is going through. And literally that one thing that you say could encourage or bring back down.
Mhm.
So I try to do my best to be very mindful in what I am saying.
I love that. It's so powerful. And, it is such a powerful stage to be on.
Yeah.
So I love, giving that visual. It's a great one, no matter what kind of stage you're on, whether it's a virtual stage or a physical stage. So
And don't take it for granted. It's a blessing.
Yes.
Don't take it for granted.
Yes.
Yeah, any stage.
Absolutely. Well, this has been such a thought-provoking episode. If you missed last week's, you can catch up on our YouTube channel. Hot Topics will continue next week. So until then, what a great show today, Miami. Thank you to our guests. Please make sure to go and follow them, Brittany, Renee, and Coach Sonia.
And they were all amazing. And maybe you, amazing person watching, are ready to bring your brand to television, and you want to be featured right here on the Connect Network. Why not be featured on TV? Register today. Just go on theconnectonline.com. That's theconnectonline.com. One more time, theconnectonline.com. We'll see you next week. Love you for free.